What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. If you've been following along, you know we took a bit of a hiatus last week. That was due to a bit of wind. We get some pretty extreme winds out here where I live, and they've been gusting over the past couple weeks for a few days on and off. So that kind of, it doesn't prohibit me from laying underneath this thing. It just makes it miserable and not worth doing in the afternoons after working. And then two, we're waiting on some parts. Although I did get a few things done, which we can kind of go over real quick before I show you what we're going to work on today. So if you watched the last video, we were doing clutch things, right? So this is in welded done. This is a new master cylinder. It actually cam locks in. So you slide it in, you twist it. And then we even went as far as getting the pedal all bent over. So that way it lined up, so we're all in there. It works. Everybody's gravy. I think at a certain point we'll probably just have to cut this. That's nice and straight. So however much we take off of this, we'll kind of do that deal with that guy. But for now, I'm happy with that. And then the other thing, little WD-40 go a long way with that. The other thing is wheels. So I picked up a set of Ray's 19-inch forged G35 wheels, but they don't fit the center section. So on these wheels, it's a 62 millimeter. On your standard Ford issued Chingaderas, it is 70 and a half center. So to combat that, you can see that we're still inset here, and then even this guy is inset, right? So not by much, but it's still in. So I have some spacers on the way, so hopefully those will show up today. We can kind of bolt some wheels on and get a look at those. So I'm hoping that cures it. If not, I have a buddy with a mill and we could just punch the centers of those wheels out. But I figured a spacer was kind of an easy fix, and it would kind of space the wheel all the way out in the wheel well. Because like I said, like you look at it from this angle, like we can come out a little bit, right? You know, no harm, no foul, and the wheel's in there. So all right, with that being said, what we did get done on the Pacer is we pulled the fuel tank. Ta-da! So this is what a Pacer fuel tank looks like. It's got the opening on the side, the pickup, and we have some rust. This tank, it's still decent, and I was initially going to clean this up, but then I figured, man, we're going to go external pump or internal pumps. I'm kind of an internal pump fanboy. And then I was looking at this and I was like, and it has bad gas. It smells fantastic. If we had smell-o-vision right now, you'd be really excited about it. I was talking to my buddy Joe, and he goes, man, that thing sounds like a Fox Body Mustang. A Fox Body Mustang gas tank. Bam! So that's what we have here. Although, I think this is a bit less capacity. Because you can see the big bulbous dude there and here. This one's a bit smaller, a little more compact. This section's a little bigger. So 15 gallons, I don't know what that is. I think that might be like a 20. But width-wise, we're a little longer. But all in all, man, I think we're super close. And then even the straps. You know, I was just kind of eyeballing the strap here and the strap here where they hold the tank. I think we're pretty darn close. So this is what our plan is today. I'm going to put some tape over the holes so we don't knock a bunch of dirt in our brand new tank. Also, I don't know if you can see in there or not, probably not, but it is sumped. So there's a little sump in there. So it is set up for EFI because this is a Mustang tank. And then I've got the other parts on the way, but the tank is the main meat and potatoes we have to fit. So I think today we'll try to see if it fits, cross our fingers. We'll modify it if need be, but I'm really just hoping that we just make some straps and bolt it in and go yay, or figure something out. So let's tape these holes up, go lay underneath this thing, enjoy this beautiful weather. It is a wonderful day. We needed this with after all the wind and all the crap that I've been put through over here. So let's get started on this and get rolling. I got that all taped off so we don't knock a bunch of crud in it. And then first things first, this is my, of course I got the wrong one on there. This is my fill neck. We already took the gas cap off. And as you can see, she is nice and crusty. So we're going to take this off, and then this should allow for a better visual. So we can kind of see, hopefully, once the tank's up in there. Because once the tank's in there, I can't see from underneath. how we're kind of doing. So I'm hoping we can see a little bit better if I take this guy out. So let's pull this out, and then I'll go grab the tank. Look at it. Luckily this thing's like super light, so we can just hold it up hopefully and kind of see what's what. And these are the straps that hold the tank, and we're probably going to have to make new ones of these, but let's just hold it up there and see what we're after. Man, I think this thing is gonna work. Fantastic. I gotta see. I mean, that's almost too easy. I know I probably just jinxed myself, but let's just see, just to see. What are the odds that these straps work and this thing is a bolt-in deal? I think the Pacer community around the world would probably rejoice. That's like 5 people, by the way. That's the whole community. Me being one of them. I'm part of the Pacer community. Super distinguished. So, here we go. Oh, no way. No freaking way. Look at that. Loose straps. Oh my god, that is hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. How cool is that? Look at that. This thing builds itself. I keep talking to Happel and I'm like, man, I just keep falling into things and then it just kind of works. And there's another one. I think the fill neck will be tricky, right? Yeah, I can't even see the fill neck. So that'll be a bit of a trick. But let me mess with that a bit and we'll kind of bring you back. But look at this thing. It's like it's meant to be. It's sagging on this side, so we'll have to, you know, bring it up because obviously majority of the fuel is on that side of the car. But it's just loose. I just plopped it up in there and Bob's your uncle. So we may have to space this side or do something, like I said, to at least get it level. But man, that is rad. Pulled the tank out. This is that random piece I just grabbed from over there. And then I was able to stuff it. You can see the scratches. I had it stuffed under there and we were looking at it. It was sitting about there, right? So I'm thinking anywhere along this, we should be good. So I think something like that, right? The further out, it'll kind of keep it pushed down, and then we use the radius of this so when you're, you know, strapping it up, you got your bends here and here, so you're not just buckling it. Like if you're further in, you could just possibly bend that. So we'll put it right on this radius here. Outside like that, we'll give it just a couple tacks. We'll go fit it again, make sure it still looks decent. And then if that is the case, I'll have to drop it again at some point. So I don't want to get too crazy with it, but we'll just tack it and make sure it works good. And then we can tighten things down and kind of situate it where I think it should live. And then we can address film that guy. All right, she's installed. And I pushed it as far as I could this way. So I don't know how much you can see on the straps. It's kind of pushed, but now we have to address this guy. So this is here, right? This is the fill neck we're supposed to pass through, and then there's a hole there, and then my fill neck guy. So I'm gonna show you from the top, because that was probably just making me dizzy. But you can see that we can see, I don't know, my arm's on it. We can see this guy, but we can't see that guy, right? Then I've got a hole there. So through here, it has to go through here, but that guy's like straight down from there. So looks like we can just go straight through, and then we just have to dive way down. Then when you put the nozzle in, we have enough room here that I think we should be good, because this is going to turn way down, and there'll be a hard bend here and a hard bend there. So stoked on that. Let me rummage through my junk once again, but I believe I have leftover tubing from like the stainless for the water pump stuff I did on the Malibu. So that's like 1.5 inches, and then this is my fill neck. So let's clean this up first, and then you can see this is way larger than what we're going to be working with. So we'll have to put this in and then cut it off at a certain point, and then we'll just have to make this meet down there. So let me go rummage through scrap once again. Hopefully the hot rod gods are nice, and I have enough junk to kind of facilitate some bends and stuff. So let me look at this, think off camera. But man, one more look at that thing. How cool is that? Although I am still waiting on parts, luckily this thing came in sooner than later. So this is the rubber grommet for the fill neck in the Fox body tank, and this one is big, right? So this is meant to fit the OG fill neck, which was obviously large, and this one's for the Fox body, and it looks to be much smaller, right? A bit more pliable too. But hopefully this is a good thing, because I don't really have big giant tubing like that. So I pulled out all of the coolant stuff that I've got, and it looks like I have some stainless. So this is the OG tube, right? So that's way too big, but it almost looks like I don't have the straight piece on that. Oh, there. Like that's kind of our guy. A little too small. So maybe to step up that guy. So that size is probably going to be our jam, which I think is this. So that should seal it up. So at least I have tubing. So then we just have to go from this down to this size, and I don't have any bends or nothing, so I guess we're going to do pie cuts and weld some stainless, waste all kinds of time, because I don't know how any of this stuff will hold up. I don't think this will hold up to fuel, so I'd rather just go straight stainless all the way down. So looks like we're going to do some stainless welding today, boys. All right, it is much later in the afternoon. The sun is going down. Christmas pictures with the in-laws was accomplished, and that chewed up some of my afternoon. But I've been out here going gangbusters to get as far as I can before the sun goes down, and we're still going to stay on it, but I want to share this with you guys. So this is on. Then we've got a couple bolts holding our boy in there, right? Then we've got the jig jog, so that goes through. I don't have the grommet, but I do. I have the grommet, it's just not in place, right? Oh, and then you can kind of see our jig jog there. And then there it is, square curves. So I just marked up there. So we're gonna pull it all out, and I'm gonna throw some tacks on that. Then this will all need to get welded up, but it goes into the tank a few inches, does the deal, and then I figure if I have to notch that right here a little bit, once it's all done and welded, just so it doesn't bang, 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 you know, when you're going down the road, give it some room to wiggle, I think we are good. So I'm gonna continue on. This portion basically is done, and we'll weld it all up, and then we'll slam the thing in for the final time at some point. But for now, I just want to get it tacked, clean up, call it a day. Tomorrow is another day, and then hopefully we'll come out here an hour day and get this wrapped this weekend. You guys know what to do. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
You too, boy, if you're with me, the police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out for the pump, mother. It's going out when I'm in your neighborhood. You better duck, 'cause Ice Cube is crazy as I leave. Believe I'm something. I'm coming straight out of Compton.